Let's go in chronological order here, Femi. So the first game is not this Friday coming up, but the Friday after with Alabama and Oklahoma and the 9-8 matchup in Norman. And yes, we have seen this matchup recently. We have two rematches from this year. Tulane played. I totally forgot about that. That Tulane and Ole Miss played on September 20th.
Why would you remember?
That's a really strong question. On September 20th. And Bama and Oklahoma played like 3 weeks ago. I bet Alabama in the game. They destroyed them in the box score and turned it over 3 times, and Oklahoma won outright. So Oklahoma hosting this one. At BetMGM, Bama about a 1-point favorite. We're essentially picked the winner of the game here, although I guess we can't say that with a low total because a team could win by 1, obviously, right? So Bama, let's call it 1. Bama -1 on the road. Total 40.5. Femi, how do you want to bet Alabama and Oklahoma?
I think this might be the easiest bet of the first round for me. And I think there are some easy ones in this round because I got some pretty strong opinions. But this game, to me, it screams Alabama. Like, what's the one thing we talked about the Monday after that game that was played in Tuscaloosa with Oklahoma beating them? We all said Bama had no business losing that football game. And I bet Oklahoma in the game. Like, I was Team Oklahoma. I was like, hey, Boomer Sooner. Like, let's get it done. Like, watching that game, OU had no – like, you could have made an argument that Bama should have even covered, let alone lost the game. And yes, I know the venue has changed. Now we're in Norman as opposed to being in Tuscaloosa. But I have Kalen DeBoer against Brent Venables, who's never coached in a playoff before, outside of being a coordinator at Clemson. DeBoer's been to a national title game, so I have the advantage at coach. Oklahoma's offense is just dreadful. John Mateer, like, I don't know if he's quite right since the thumb injury that he's had. He doesn't look like he's that right. Their offensive numbers stack up nowhere close to teams that are capable of winning in a playoff. I think this is an easy Alabama bet for me. I know they just got whacked and Georgia embarrassed them, but I don't care. I think the Tide take care of business in Norman against Oklahoma. I like Alabama quite a bit.
Want to hear something sick? I have like a line in my head here, just like a punchline for a joke, and it's over the line. So I can't do it.
Want to put it in the chat?
No.
Okay.
So you bet Oklahoma. You bet Oklahoma, and now you like Alabama. I bet Alabama, and I think I like Oklahoma.
Wow. Okay, let's hear this case, because I can't get there with Oklahoma.
I would like to see a report that Bama's, like, the practices are like everyone's way healthier. They're so beat up. And so is Georgia. And like Kirby alluded to that. I say his name like we're friends. Georgia head coach Kirby Smart says after the game, like both teams are beat to smithereens, right? How many SEC games they've played? Oklahoma. This is where like Oklahoma had the week off and now gets to host Alabama in the game. That is a tremendous advantage for the Sooners here. And by the way, this is going to be what, like 3 weeks off now for John Mateer with his hands?
Yep.
I'll say this for Oklahoma. The defense is awesome, and they play great special teams. Bama is not like a clean football team to me. And I want to be crystal clear with what I'm saying right now. I have not bet Oklahoma. I reserve the right to change my mind. I think I'm going to bet Oklahoma in the game. That's my initial thought is Oklahoma.
To your point, Venables has won this matchup twice. You know, like 2 years ago, that was the Jalen Milroe Bama team, and they went to Norman, and they got embarrassed in that game. That's what kept them out of the playoff, and SMU got in. And then a few weeks ago in November, we saw them beat them again. But I'm going to make Venables do it to me again. Like prove it again.
So
prove it again.
So what I'm going to say has no bearing on like what's going to actually happen in the game. So I want to, okay. So like that matters to be said. Don't you feel like this is, and Alabama can win, of course, right? They're favored. Of course they can win. Mm-hmm. That this is like everyone in betting content does this. And I'm not saying it's wrong, right? Where the two teams play, one team wins the box score and loses the game. And now it's like, well, we're just going to bet the team that won the box score. Dude, tell me that everyone's not betting Alabama in this game, which does not mean they're not going to win. This is not to be like Femi's dumb or anyone who wants to bet Alabama's dumb. Femi bet Oklahoma and won the first time they played. I lost. So I'm not trying to make it like I'm smart. I just think that's an interesting point of conversation. Would you agree with me?
I would definitely agree, but I think it goes even beyond that because like we always joke about like box score monkey. even if you just watched the game and had no idea what the box score looked like, Alabama was the better team in that day.
So where do you think the market's going, if you had to guess then?
I think if we get word that Jam Miller and some of these other Bama skill guys are healthy, I think Bama's going to close a favorite here. It's never getting to
what
three.
kind of favorite?
I think 1.5, 2 would be my guess.
So you think we'll stay in the same range, you think, basically?
We'll stay in the same range. Yeah, we're not getting to a key number. I don't think we're getting to a key number, no. I'd be surprised.
If everyone loves Bama, I mean, why can't they get bet out a little bit here? A game with a low total, 2.5 might matter. 2.5. I think I'm going to bet Oklahoma.
I just think that, I think you get too much pushback. If it's sniffed 3, bang, we're right back to 2.5. I don't think it's going to ever hang out there at 3.
I'm curious where we end up going with this game with Alabama at Oklahoma. I have not bet Oklahoma yet. I reserve the right to change my mind. My initial lean is Oklahoma. Femi's lean, Alabama. And that game is Friday night, December 19th. Now we move to games on the 20th. Miami and A&M is the noon game on ABC. A&M opened Femi 4 against Miami. The number is now 3.5. So the Aggies 3.5-point favorites against the Canes. Total 51.5. Anything you want to do here with Miami and A&M?
I agree with that initial move. I like Miami. I think Miami's going to win the game. So I'm going to bet +4. I also have some money line as well. I'm very skeptical of Texas A&M. We saw, and just because of how large these conferences are, it's hard for everyone to play everyone. A&M, I think, might have just been the beneficiary of getting to play the bottom of the SEC. And when they took the step up and played Texas in rivalry weekend, Texas beat them. Now, that was a competitive game. It wasn't like Texas blew them out or anything like that. But still, we have not seen many big-time games. Now, they beat Notre Dame in South Bend, which, of course, really good win, and that's what kept Notre Dame out of the playoff. But I just don't know if A&M should be laying this many points when they have a coach who's never been in this spot before, coaching in the CFP. Their team didn't have these kind of big-time expectations from a recruiting standpoint. I just think Miami can match them and surpass them in the trenches, as we've seen Miami do against really good teams. And I like the way Miami's playing so far. And yeah, famous last words, I'm going to back Mario Cristobal. I know he usually disappoints in these spots, but give me the Canes plus the points, and I think the Canes advance to take on Ohio State.
So I like where you're at with Miami plus the points, right? I think that would be my bet if I had to make it. I don't think Miami's going to win, because I think Cristobal will screw it up. I don't trust Miami to win the game. I don't trust Carson Beck. I don't trust Carson Beck to win the game against Mike Elko and the A&M defense. So the way I see it playing out, and this is very specific, is A&M wins by 1, 2, or 3 points. So I do think Miami will cover, and I think Cristobal screws it up at the end. Texas A&M wins, Miami covers. My lean is towards Miami plus the points, but I do not think Miami will win. So I don't want to put Miami in a money line parlay.
Okay. Do you think
or bet Miami on the money line?
Bet Miami to win, yeah. Do you think we ever get to 3? For those who might be out, who are interested in A&M perhaps. I'm not in that camp, but I'm sure there's people out there that are listening who are interested. Do we touch 3? I think we might. I think we might get to 3 with this, because their numbers are really good. They beat Notre Dame, and they've been playing some really good football. Ever since we started to question them with that initial ranking, go to 18, they lost to SMU and Louisville. Since then, they have been on this rampage. And I don't know if that was just to impress the committee or whatever, but they've been really, really good. And they're a super talented team, because if there's one thing Cristobal can do, it's recruit. And they got some dudes on that team. They look like an NFL team.
Yeah. So you think Miami's going to win the game?
I think they win. I think Miami wins.
Yeah, I think if the number keeps coming down, which I would certainly understand, I might consider Texas Tech at the best money line price, the cheapest money line price.
I mean A&M, Texas A&M at a money line price.
A&M, excuse me, that A&M would win. Correct. I think A&M will win the game. I don't think Miami will win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami kept the game really close. Okay. Now we get to the group of 5 games, which are just whatever. Worth noting that the initial moves in the game are towards both dogs, towards both group of 5 teams, right? So Ole Miss opened 17.5 at home against Tulane. Obviously, Lane Kiffin will not coach the team. Pete Golding, first game in charges in the college football playoff. These two teams played on September 20th. Rebels won 45-10. Ole Miss opened 17.5. The number is currently 16.5 at BetMGM. So the first move is towards the green wave. Total 56.5. And when we'll do that game first, but Oregon opened 21.5 against James Madison. The number's now 21, total 50.5 in that game. So that is a little interesting, right? Given the way last year played out, with all the home teams winning in round one and covering in round one, and Boise getting embarrassed in the first game in the college football playoff, that the two group of 5 teams both got bet. They're both still huge dogs, but that's where the money came in initially. Let's start with Tulane and Ole Miss, Femi. Any thoughts on this? And I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched a second of Tulane or James Madison football all year. So I'm probably just going to do what a lot of the experts that come on the show say. Maybe you have an opinion on these games. What do you have with Tulane and Ole Miss?
Yeah, I watched Tulane Friday night, so that's my data point for Tulane when they're out there winning the American. I understand why people might be interested in Tulane because of the coaching shakeup at Ole Miss and like how are they going to respond to that. I think Ole Miss is going to be motivated to show that, hey, like we are that team and our coach left us when we have a chance to win a national title. Now, I don't think they're going to be that good, but I think they're going to cover this number. Like these two teams played, Ole Miss ran them off the field. I think it's going to happen again. Tulane is a 2-loss team from the American. Can they really compete with a good SEC team? I don't believe it. I'll pay to see it. I'm laying the 17 or better. I'm laying it. So to me, it's a pretty easy bet. Ole Miss is my bet in this game. Like, I don't think Tulane can compete with these guys.
All right, so you have an opinion on that game. I don't really have an opinion yet, but I mean, I'll trust you here. So my lean would be towards Ole Miss if that's going to be Femi's lean and Femi's bet. What about Oregon and James Madison in Eugene with the Ducks? I guess it's like so stupid that we have to. I'm sorry to like alums or fans. Like this is so stupid that these are the games we're talking about. It really is.
Sounds like we're talking about like the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Like, dude, Oregon and James Madison. Like, what the hell is this?
Oh, the 12-5 matchup. You know, you got to watch out for that one being played in Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, we'd be talking about like, how many 12s will beat the 5s this year? Yeah, spoiler alert, 0 in the college football playoff.
We got Jim Spinarco on the call. Like, let's go.
I'll tell you, it's like Andrew Catalon's on the call. Maybe I'll think James Madison can pull the upset.
100%.
How do you want to bet this one?
It's not happening. I'm laying Oregon. People say 21, big number. It's not big enough. Oregon is national title good. Like, you look at some of their numbers, it's national title good. I know people have kind of put the Ducks off to the side. They lost to Indiana, and that's a hell of a win for the Hoosiers. But since then, they've been dominating teams. Like, this team is really good. I think that they're going to outclass James Madison. They had a hell of a season. Congrats to making the CFP. This is a no-brainer. Like, you look at the numbers that matter, like average scoring margin, offensive, defensive points per play. The Ducks check all those boxes. The team has a high quality in terms of recruiting, a lot of expectations. They have a coach who is motivated to run up the score. He has college football playoff experience, having been at the playoff last year. I think Oregon runs these dudes, especially at home. This is a blowout. I'm laying the 21 with Oregon. Haven't bet it yet because let's see if we can get a better number if people are interested in JMU, but I'll be on the side of the Ducks.